What's up, FTFers? I'm here in Morganton, Georgia, and we're about to kick off Blackie Thomas's Silverwolves event that FTF is hosting out here at Crystal Gary's place. And I'm just here early just to get my mind right before the storm opens up. And I was thinking, you know, there was such a good response to the last video about the gear that I use. And so I thought I would just take y'all on a tour of, you know, how I set up when I go to events, because I like to kind of keep things low drag. I just don't want to have to deal with all the stress of a lot of stuff, because I do this all the time. So I figured I'd just show you what I got going on. So here's where I've set up my hammock, and everything fits into this bag right here. And this is about as simple as it gets. I've just got a trash bag right there, and that's just from the store, when I stopped at the store to get a couple little things. So I figured I'd just use it for my trash. I've got my DD tarp in porch mode right now. I've got it flown on a diamond, and that way I can get underneath here and kind of show y'all everything. This right here is my underquilt should I need it. I just keep it off to the side, and it's nothing more than a whoopee. It's just a poncho liner, and I've got it set up with these Wazoo carabiners and then some shock cord, and I've got it attached to the line right here. And if I need to, all I got to do is reach over there, slide it underneath the other side, and I'm good to go if it gets really cold. This right here is my Dutchware hammock, and you'll notice it's got this shelf in it right here. That's where I place my my boots at the end of the night. You don't want to keep your boots on the ground. And the reason you don't want your boots on the ground is because of scorpions and spiders and all the other stuff, ants, etc., that could get into them. So I like to keep it up high, just above my head, so that I don't have to worry about it. And then down here, this is by P&W Bushcraft, and it just makes a really good place for you to, you know, get dressed in the morning and put your shoes on and not live like a cretin. And then this right here, I mean, y'all recognize this. This is my gear. This is my bag. I try to keep it all together when I go to events. I teach out of it. And so when I go to events, normally I have to bring examples and stuff with me. And so what I'm showing you right now is just kind of like really my car camp setup. I wouldn't want to drag all of this stuff out here in the woods on top of, you know, what I already have in my bag. So I try to keep the bag together. That way when I'm teaching, I know that I've got everything in there that I need. And I guess really the last thing that I've got here is just my chair. I mean, this is just a really simple camp chair, and it makes a really nice end table at the end of the night. I can just throw my stuff right into this chair, and it's off the ground, and it's just really nice and convenient. And now the stuff that goes in my pockets, I keep it in this shelf, or this little accessory bag right here that hangs above my head, and I can store everything right here just above me. And that's just more of a convenience thing. Like, I don't have to have it, but hey, we're living large right now, right? Now here is where I've drug up a bunch of wood for the fire pit. And as you can see, it is just up from my camp. And the reason that I do that is because I don't want to put any more holes in the top of my tarp than I have to. And I think what I've done is I have found a stump that I can use to cook on. So I'm gonna show y'all how I cook out here in just a minute. All right, guys, so I figured what I'd do is I would show you one way that I use my Grayl up here in the mountains of North Georgia. So one of the things that's really awesome about the Grayl is we found this water source that's down here. And what I'm gonna do, instead of actually going down to the water source, I'm actually going to just use the cup on my Grayl, and I'm gonna lower it using this D-ring. And the reason that we're doing it is, I mean, look at the banks right here. it would be almost impossible for us to get down there. All right, so I've got some cordage in my pocket, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie it to this D-ring. So I'm going through that D-ring, go up through the hole. I'm gonna go around the tree, and I'm gonna go back down into the hole, pinch right here. Now we're attached. Check this out. And there we go. Now we got our water. Now all we gotta do is filter our water. And there we go. Now we got fresh water to drink. Oh yeah, good to go. All right, so we got our water, and now I want to make some coffee and I want to make some food. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and boil this all together in one package here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the water that we filtered. I'm going to go ahead and pour it into the cup. And then we're going to use our brand new Grayl stove here. And I'm gonna take my Viking Spark and I'm gonna light her off. We'll go ahead and set that on there and put our lid on and just wait for it to boil. Now, something that I want to talk about, you have to realize that the water that we got into this cup, well, it's contaminated, right? So I always like to have an extra cup, and so this is what I'm going to use to make my coffee, and then I'm going to use the rest of the water to make my food. But you can't just heat this up. You have to boil the water that's in this container or it's contaminated. Now, as far as food goes, I'm a simple guy. I don't want to have to, deal with all the mess and fuss of everything. So I just picked up one of these weekenders from Readywise. It's got everything I need for 3 days. It's in a waterproof container, and I can also use this as a bear bag. There's 5,000 bears in the area that we're at, and so it just makes sense to me. All right, so I'm just gonna get in here and we're just gonna grab whatever's on top. It looks like today we're eating teriyaki chicken and rice. Okay, we're boiling now, I can tell. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down, and here's something that's really cool about titanium. Check this out. I can touch it and it's not even hot. I mean, that's amazing. So on this trip, I thought I would splurge a little bit and use some Black Rifle coffee. Oh yeah, that good stuff. Go ahead and transfer some of the water. Give that a stir. Now our coffee's ready. Now we've got to pour the rest of the water into our Readywise. And you got to make sure you pull this out. You don't want to eat that. Now we're just gonna go ahead and close this back up. And it's always good to shake it up a little bit too, And for those of you that were wondering, that took about 3 minutes to boil. And now I can enjoy my coffee while that cooks. Oh yeah, that hits the spot, baby. I was just kneading it a little bit. Man, that is really hot. You know what? You could throw this into your sleeping bag and I promise you this thing would pre-warm it up. Oh man, I gotta set that down. All right, let's check it out. See what we got. Oh yeah. All right. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this spoon and put this in this bowl, spoon, and eat out of this. And I've got 2 meals, so I can hand one over to one of my friends. Oh yeah, check this out. Mmm. Good. So now we're done eating and we got to clean it. And this is actually my favorite part about these. These are so easy to clean. Check this out. So easy to clean. Just like that, it's done. Go ahead and clean the spoon off. That's as good as it gets. And last but not least, we've got to get some more water. So go ahead and fill that up. And heck, we can do it right here. Now we're restocked on water. All right, so let's get back to camp and we're gonna sterilize this. All right, so now it's time to sterilize. There it goes. All we got to do is heat it up, and the heat is going to kill any of the contaminants that might be on the bowl. It's the way to do it. And now that we've got it nice and hot, I'm just going to turn it off. And the thing that's really cool about titanium is how well it dissipates heat. Check this out. There you go. Ready to go. Okay, so we're done eating for the night. Remember this guy in my pocket? Now we got to hang our bear bag. Okay, so I'm just going to do a bowline just like I did before. Put that through there. Rabbit goes up through the hole. He goes around the tree, back down into the hole. I'm gonna pinch here and pull here. Now I've got a bowline. Now I'm gonna throw it over this tree, hopefully. There we go. Now I'm just gonna tie it off. There we go. And there's our bear bag. And you'll notice how red it is. It'll be really easy for us to see off in a distance in the woods. It's perfect color. How often do you have 2 mushroom experts with you? Come on. Are these not the largest chanterelles that you've ever seen?
No, JJ.
No, those are jack-o'-lanterns.
Jack-o'-lanterns?
Yes, and
But
they have luciferae in them. You know, Lucifer.
the devil?
The devil.
The devil is in this mushroom,
Yes.
but I wanted to use my new Wazoo bandit net. We could have carried the not chanterelles in the bag.
Poisonous. Deadly.
Not chanterelles.
So you're telling me there's nothing that we can do with this?
Well, they glow in the dark.
Yes. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed a tour of my stuff, you know, MTV Cribs-style. And we just got done with the Silverwolves event. We had an awesome time. Got to meet a bunch of people, got to learn, got to fellowship, got to eat together, hang out, and just have a good time all around. And now it's time to pack everything up on the trailer and inside the Jeep and sign off with you guys. So if you're honey smack digging the content, then like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And until next time, keep fueling those fires.